McNair gives it to George, running right up the middle. Touchdown! Titans! There are no flags on the field! It's a miracle!
Safety, now you're one-on-one with it.
Shows why he's the man! In trouble. Sack!
Ladies and gentlemen, Titan Nation, welcome back. Today, we're breaking down Titans versus Chargers pregame preview alongside my buddy, Jim Wyatt. How you doing, Jim?
I'm doing great. Hope you're doing well.
We're not doing good, man. We're not doing good. I said on Twitter, I'm not going to shave my face until we get a win this season. Especially, we have a 3-game losing streak. You think that was a bad move? I mean, my hair's grown ridiculously, and I got yelled at work and everything. I mean, it's pretty bad, Jim. I've never liked this. I don't like this.
You're starting to look like Santa Claus a little bit.
Yeah, you think it's a bad move? You think I should have just shaved my face, or you think you go with me and until we win a game, not shave my face? What do you think?
I like the commitment. Yeah, I like the commitment. So hopefully the Titans can win a game for you and keep you from having that thing be down at your knees. Like, what happens if this season doesn't end well and and don't win another game? You committed to that all the way till next season?
Yeah, let's do it. I'll look like Tom Hanks from Castaway. I'll end up.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Yeah, Titans need to play better. Certainly, got a big challenge this weekend against the Chargers, but I think this team still has some fight left in it. I think they need to get healthy, and if you've seen the injury report for this week,
yeah. So go ahead, go
ahead
and tell us the injury report. I saw it already, but I mean, 7.
Yeah, I mean it's
right?
crazy. It's just been an ongoing problem, and that's unfortunate. But ruled out already against the Chargers: Danico Autry, Traylon Burks, Kristen Fulton, Amani Hooker, Dontrell Hilliard, C.J. Board, Trey Avery. Autry came back to practice this week, did a little bit on Wednesday and Thursday. If you watch videos, you saw he wasn't quite right. Never saw Traylon Burks this week as he's dealing with his concussion. Fulton, never saw him on the field this week. Amani did some stuff early in the week, but they shut him down late in the week. And then Hilliard, no surprise there. Mike Vrabel said early in the week that he wouldn't play, and that's just a matter of he'll play again this season. And C.J. Board, Trey Avery, another couple of guys dealing with the injuries. Both those guys are out. So it's a depleted roster on both sides of the ball. Young guys, you have to step up. Other backups can get a chance to play, and you just can't make excuses. It's frustrating, but that's what we're dealing with right now.
Now the deal with the IR and who can come back, what are the rules for that? Because I know there's a few of them that have been on IR, and I know a few have come back. I think once you're back on IR twice in the season, you can't play anymore, or how's that work? I know a couple of people had a little bit of those questions and stuff like that.
Well, that rule's changed a little bit. You are allowed to go on it twice this year and come back.
Okay.
And the only guy that applies to right now is Elijah Molden, because he went on, came back, then went back on again. I saw a lot of people thought, okay, well, he's done for the season. Well, technically, he's not done for the season. He is eligible to come back. Now, sitting here today, I don't expect that to happen. I mean, I think Elijah Molden probably is in fact done for the season. Okay. And the Titans only have a couple of spots. They only have one spot left. Assuming because this week both Zach Cunningham and Lonnie Johnson returned to practice, which made 6 and 7. You're allowed 8, and one of those guys that's still out is David Long. Another guy that's still out, Kyle Phillips, probably the most notable guys here. For the longest time, I would have told you I thought we'd see Kyle Phillips again this season. Mm-hmm. I don't think that anymore. So, I think that spot probably is going to David Long, assuming he can get healthy and return here for the end of the season. He's a really good player. They want him back, and now we just got to give him time to get back.
Definitely. And going into this game, what are the kind of the benefits for the Titans? Where do you see that we can actually have success against this Chargers team, which kind of, it's almost like they started a little bit rough earlier in the season, and they kind of looked like they kind of picked up some steam, where the Titans kind of went the other way, where they were doing decent in the beginning of the season and now kind of are kind of like in limbo right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think the key to the game on, some of the keys to the game on Sunday, you got to be able to run the ball, and not just for a half. I thought the Titans showed some promise against the Jaguars early. I think Derrick had 96 yards after the first quarter. Thought, okay, here we go again. Another one of these Derrick Henry monster performances against the Jags, but then the game kind of flipped, and Titans were playing from behind. They had to abandon the run, and it was just. It didn't turn out like everybody hoped, but you've got to do that from beginning to the end. The Chargers have given up some yards on the ground. Look at their average per game. So there's reason to be optimistic there. But again, you got to go out and do it. And I think that's the big thing on Sunday is establish the run. And then if you can do that, maybe you take some pressure off of the passing game. You can hit on a few downfield and have some success. I think defensively, the Chargers are incredible how many weapons they have. I mean, how big some of these guys are. Mike Williams and Keenan Allen and Josh Palmer, who played at the University of Tennessee. Three really good receivers. Gerald Everett's a really good tight end, very athletic. Austin Eckler, his numbers are crazy. He's got 93 catches this year and over 600 receiving yards on top of the 600 rushing yards that he has. So, I mean, those are some weapons. And then Herbert can sling it around, and if he gets comfortable, he'll just pick you apart all day. So they're going to throw it, just like the Titans want to run it. They want to throw it, and the key is to kind of put some pressure on him, make him uncomfortable. The Titans have not been able to do that the last couple of weeks. The pass rush has really been quiet, so they need to get that ramped up and try to get him, a little bit anxious back there. I was going to say you need to get him on the move. I don't know that that's necessarily going to solve everything because Herbert can throw the ball well on the move, and he can throw it in a lot of different places. So you got to get him on the ground. And the Chargers have had games of late where he's been sacked, multiple times. Titans got to do that, and the Titans got to force turnovers. I mean, that's the thing the team did early in the year. Kept them in games and maybe covered up some of the blemishes that they had on defense, is that they were getting turnovers. And now we haven't seen a turnover since that game against the Broncos back, I think it was November the 17th, if I'm not mistaken. November the 13th. So 1, 2, 3, 4 last 4 games, no turnovers. And Titans need to go out there and try to win the game like they did against the Rams last year. And that's do some things on offense that also create some turnovers, help yourself on defense and just keep it a game.
Now, do you feel like putting pressure obviously on the quarterback is obviously a big deal, but maybe like switching up, maybe blitzing a little bit more? I know the Titans don't blitz as much, and like they like to use, Hooker, or they like to use Molden as kind of like that blitzer. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, maybe obviously the best case scenario is you can get to him with your front four, and then Jeffrey Simmons can be disruptive and kind of. I think he's getting a little bit healthier the more he's practiced and the more time he's had time for that ankle to recover. You need him to be disruptive up front, right up the middle. You need Bud Dupree to really make an impact in games. And it would maybe help to blitz, but if you do that, you kind of expose yourself too. I mean, that's the thing about him, is he gets the ball out pretty quick, and if he recognizes that you're coming, he gets it out in a hurry, and they tear it up. I mean, I think they're number 2 in the league in yards after catch. So you blitz and you put yourself in a doomsday scenario there where they're making quick short catches and turning it upfield. So you got to pick your spots. They're missing some key guys on defense, and they're going to have some players playing, continue to play across the board who are young and haven't had the reps that a lot of these other guys like Christian Fulton have had and Ramani Hooker have had. And, even Trey Avery, who I thought stepped up and played well, his absence is a big one. So you have a lot of guys playing that are going to need to play well, and they're going to need to tackle well and get these big guys on the ground.
All right, so your score. Let's get a prediction. You don't even have to give me like a score, but do you think the Titans can sneak a victory? Unfortunately for me, I don't. I know that they play with a lot of grit. We don't really do very well against West Coast teams. But I think with the injuries mounted on this team right now, I just don't see us overcoming this right now. What do you think, Jim?
Well, I mean, I don't do predictions anymore. I used to, and I worked at the Tennessee and I did predictions and had to do them every week. And boy, that's the most pressure I had on me every week. You know, if you picked them to lose, you had to hear a bunch of stuff all the way up to
Yeah.
the game about how could you pick them to lose. And then if they won when you picked them to lose, you had to hear a lot of grief. And then you
Let's
pick
just go with optimistic. Yeah, let's do that.
and then you pick it to win, and it's the flip side. So I mean, so I don't pick. You know, working for the team, I don't do predictions because if I'm picking to win, everybody's gonna say, "Oh, well, there's the homer picking the team," and then if I'm picking to lose, people will say, "Well, how can you pick it? You know, this guy even works."
It's a lose-lose, man. I didn't mean to put you in that position.
Yeah. So that's where I'm coming from. Yeah. So I do think the Titans are a 3-point underdog. That's not. No, people in Vegas who do this for a living don't look at this like, you know, here's the Titans, a double-A team coming into play, you know, a major league team. I mean, it's close spread for a reason. I mean, this Titans team, they're missing some guys, but they still have some players who have made plays for them. And it's a game the Titans can win, but they're going to have to use a winning formula to make that happen. And Chargers got to have a good team, but they have, they've lost 6 games this season, and so they're not invincible either. So Titans need to come in and play well, and give themselves a chance in the second half. And if they do that, maybe we can start turning this thing around a little bit.
Definitely. Look, there you go. That's the best prediction you're gonna get. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that, buddy. Always love having you on the show. Love hearing you talk about the Titans. Thank you so much for coming on. I do appreciate it. And until next time, hopefully I'll have you on again.
You gonna be out in LA?
No, I'm not gonna. I'm unfortunately no. I gotta work. It's my son's birthday in a couple days too. So unfortunately, I won't be able to make that. Maybe the playoff game. I'm not sure yet. Still up in the air. What?
Okay, well, good deal. Well, hope you have a good weekend. Yeah, I appreciate you having me on.
Hey, you too, Jim. All right, God bless, man.
Hope you're clean shaven next time I see you.
I hope so too. I hope I'm not down here. You might not recognize me.
Yep.
Have a good one, buddy.
Okay.